How's the royal family? I pray that everyone is doing well. Well, my royal family. You know what time it is, my royal family. Y'all need to go get your shit. It's one of them type of videos. Oh yeah, I got my shit on deck. This time I got some fruit punch with plenty lemon and plenty ice. Got me some barbecue chips. Get my crunch on. Let me sip this. Now I'm giving y'all a heads up. This is a long video. All right, I know y'all see the crack pipe and all. Now, before we get started, y'all know I had a really nasty cold. And from time to time, I might have to clear my voice. The cold is over with, but then the residual effects, and y'all know what time it is. So I had a head and I had a chest cold. And man, you talking about kicking my ass. I appreciate the royal family. I appreciate the continuous donations, my royal family. I really, really do. I often say that my subscribers are abused. We have to have backup channels and all type of mess that we have to deal with. And y'all just so loyal. I greatly, greatly appreciate you. So, let's have some fun tonight, my royal family. All right? You know, I didn't stall, so you can go get your shit. Anybody that's new to the True Royal family or True Royal, that's the backup channel, always have your shit on deck. You never know. You never, ever, ever, ever know what I'm going to put up. I'm unpredictable like that. I try to do things a little bit different. I don't want to be like, I don't like conforming. You know what I'm saying? I like to continue to be sacred and rare. That's what we are, my royal family. We the chosen ones. So, my royal family, I know many have heard about crack pipes being handed out through Biden. Crack pipes? So, excuse me, I said periodically this may happen. So, I said, I'm going to let the story develop, and I'm going to do my deepest of deepest research. I have things, videos to show. I have things to read to the royal family. And then I'm going to give my opinion on what I think this is all about. And y'all know that I am a freestyler, so the opinion might come now, in between, or later. But y'all will get my opinion. So, let me get my drink on. So, the face of crack cocaine. Look what I found, my royal family. That wasn't easy, finding that, my royal family, because they always try to make us the face of anything negative or nefarious. We know how the enemy get down. But this is the new black media, and True Royal is in control. I'll make it what I want to make it. I often say, wherever it lands, it lands. So I'm doing manipulation. Oh yeah, I do what I want to do. So my royal family, let's lean all up in it. Let's listen to the rhetoric. Oh, before I play that, the Republican Party threw out misinformation. Also, the Democratic Party threw out misinformation in regards of this presentation that I have put together. Both of them are total liars. All right, my royal family, lean all up in it.
Biden's $30 million harm reduction plan. The Biden administration introduced a grant program that has many in the GOP outraged over crack pipes. The Department of Health and Human Services, HHS, has finalized a $30 million grant as part of its harm reduction plan. The program is set to begin in May. It'll provide funds to nonprofits and local governments to help make drug use safer for those struggling with addiction. There are those in the GOP, like Senator Marsha Blackburn, Republican Tennessee, who have expressed their outrage and claim Biden is giving crack pipes to addicts. Blackburn wrote a letter to HHS Secretary Xavier Becerra expressing her grave concern about the department's use of taxpayer money. A spokesman for the HHS told the Washington Free Beacon that these kits will provide pipes for users to smoke crack cocaine, crystal methamphetamine, and any illicit substance. Reducing harm by limiting infections is part of the harm reduction plan. HHS said the kits aim to reduce the risk of infection when smoking substances with glass pipes. Those kind of pipes can lead to infections through cuts and sores. Handing out pipes is also intended to prompt users to smoke rather than inject themselves with some substances, like meth, as injection is far riskier. Applicants for the grants are prioritized if they treat a majority of underserved communities, including African Americans and LGBTQ+ persons, as established under President Joe Biden's executive order on advancing racial equity. Last May, the Biden administration approved a temporary extension of an emergency policy that identifies fentanyl analogs as a scheduled drug. The extension, signed by the president on May 4th, was described as a necessary step to protect public safety. Many prison reform groups, however, call the bill a thinly veiled extension of the war on drugs. Attention on stemming the flow of fentanyl into the country increased in recent years as the opioid epidemic took hold. Fentanyl analogs are essentially copies of the original drug with differing chemical components. While some analogs show no enhanced effect, others have proven to be more potent, addictive, and deadlier than fentanyl itself.
All right, my royal family. So, we got a little bit of a body of this program, but I'm going to break it down, my royal family. Now, I took great offense because they talk about African Americans and, they associate crack with African Americans and also the gay community. So y'all are implying that just black folks use crack and gay folks? Ain't that something, my royal family? So, what I'm going to read to the royal family, I'm also going to pin this website on the top of my channel, so it will be there. So I went to the actual government site. Substance, okay, they call it SAMHSA, Substance Abuse Mental Health Services Administration. Okay, they're calling this, let me get my drink on, clear my throat. Harm Reduction Grant Program. Okay, they posted this on a Wednesday, December 8th, 2021. And the deadline, no, they don't say deadline. They said, okay, could possibly said applicant due date, okay, is Monday, February 7th, 2022. So, I'm not going to read it all, but the breakdown is very, very necessary. The purpose of the program is to support community-based overdose prevention programs, syringe services programs, and other harm reduction services. Funding will be used to enhance overdose and other types of prevention activities to help control the spread of infections, diseases, and the consequences of such diseases for individuals with or at risk of developing substance use disorders, or they'll say SUD, substance use disorders, SUD. Okay, the support distribution of the FDA-approved overdose reversal medication to individuals at risk of overdose, build connections for individuals at risk for or with SUD to overdose education, counseling, health education, referred individuals for treatment for infectious diseases such as HIV, sexually transmitted infections, or they'll say, STIs, and viral hepatitis, and encourage individuals to take steps to reduce the negative personal and public health impacts of substance use or misuse. This will include supporting capacity and development to strengthen harm reduction programs as part of the continuing care for recipients who also establish process. They just go on and on with these blah, 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 blah. Anyway, protocol and mechanisms for referrals to the appropriate treatment and recovery support services, and grantees will also provide overdose prevention education to their target population regarding the consumption of substance, including but not limited to opiates and the synthetics. Yeah, they do got synthetic drugs out there. Funds may also be used to help address the stigma often associated with substance use and participation in the harm reduction activities. Okay, now let's get into this actual grant. Now they said it was $30 million. Now here they're saying that this available funding is up to 9.7 per year, or 29 million. 29 million, not 30. Well, a little over 25 million because it's 250,000 on the back end of it. Over 3 years. Now, they only going to award 25. Only 25 substance abuse programs will be awarded this. They have to apply for it, and then they were saying that it's up to $400,000 per award. $400,000 per award. The length of the program is 3 years. So when they apply for it, they'll be able to get money for 3 years. The money cannot exceed over $400,000. This is some bullshit. So they only gonna award 25 applicants, and then they cannot go over 400,000, and it's a 3-year program. This ain't nothing. This ain't nothing. If you're so worried about people that's on drugs, and you worried about diseases and all that, that ain't gonna impact shit at the end of the day. So I will be putting this link in for the royal family. Again, I went to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration. Ain't that some bullshit, my royal family? Let me say that again. Let's look at that one more time. After me reading all that gobbledygook. See, True Royal likes to get to the ingredients, or the core, or the coup de grace. You know, that's one of my little made-up words. They're going to only award 25 applicants. They cannot exceed over 400,000. All right? And the program is only a 3-year program. All right, my royal family? You got that? So. What a damn shame. As we continue on. Now, as I'm presenting what I'm presenting, they're giving out misinformation. All right?
Government pushing a new grant program to help people addicted to drugs reduce their harm and risk to others. Local 12's Christian Hauser shows us what it is and why experts say it benefits everyone.
The Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Agency is allocated roughly $30 million for a harm reduction program grant. It includes funding for needle exchange programs, the opioid reversal drug naloxone, test kits for fentanyl, and safety supplies. You'll remember just a few years ago, the tri-state was dealing with the hepatitis C outbreak. Hep C is a blood-borne illness, and health officials speculated it could be tied to people sharing needles.
When people are exchanging these needles that have been pre-used, not using safe, sterile needles, that's when we were seeing a lot of hepatitis C increases.
Malini Vijayan is the Claremont County Assistant Health Commissioner. She says once they figured out the used needles were likely behind the spread, needle exchanges were set up to offer clean and sterile needles. It's part of an increasing push of harm reduction strategies. That means minimizing the risk to those using drugs as well as the surrounding community.
We remove those contaminated equipments from the public places because they are bringing those contaminated equipments back to us, and we are disposing them off in a safe manner so that they are removed from public places so that people are not getting needle stick injuries and getting diseases out of that as well.
The program from the federal government is focused on offering kits with items like alcohol swabs, lip balm, and other materials to promote hygiene and reduce the transmission of diseases like HIV and hepatitis. The programs do reduce the harm, but they also give advocates a chance to talk to people who are using drugs about the treatment options available for them. For Local 12 News, I'm Christian Hauser.
Now, as part of the program, the applicants must promise at least half of their focus will be on the underserved neighborhoods. And by the way, that federal program does not include taxpayer funding for pipe.
Restaurants are just loving this added business.
Take that down. Now, they giving out misinformation. Let's keep that on our frontal lobe. In that news segment, they said other materials. And the pushback that's been going on all week is they've been saying that, oh, there's no crack pipes and there are no pipes whatsoever. I just wonder. We'll get there eventually, my royal family.
Funding a program now that's designed to help communities battling substance abuse. The goal, they say, is harm reduction.
But some of the supplies being given out in that battle are raising concerns. WBRE WYOU Eyewitness News reporter Julie Dunphy joins us live in Wilkes-Barre with more. Julie?
Nick, Candace, good evening. The goal is to tackle the nation's drug problem. Now, the funding covers a list of prevention tools, but one gaining national attention, drug paraphernalia.
It's sad what this country has come to. You know, when you gotta supply pipes and needles to people that have addictions.
Disgusting. Not right.
Reactions Wednesday to the Biden administration's $30 million harm reduction program grant. Just one part of the prevention program that will be given away, smoking kits. According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, that includes crack pipes to limit infections among drug users.
It's good if it's going to save lives.
I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it at all. Put that money towards something better.
The $30 million sticker price includes the funding for numerous harm reduction materials, including Narcan distribution, syringes, and safe sex kits.
I guess you got to do whatever it takes.
The program is run by the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration. But Ryan Hogan, Luzerne County's drug and alcohol administrator, says these kits can't be given out through his office.
We have local county and state laws that prohibit us from utilizing some of these kits, including safe smoking kits, fentanyl testing strips, safe syringe programs. There's laws in place that prevent us from not only having those, but distributing them as well.
Hogan says a number of providers in the community showed interest in applying for the grant as illegal drug use continues to be a problem in Luzerne County. Local gas stations say that they actually saw an uptick in people looking to buy crack pipes at the beginning of the pandemic, when unemployment money was increased. According to the grant document, funding of up to $9.7 million per year or $29.2 million over the next 3 years was available to dozens of communities. Now legislation...
Let's go back to that. Wait a minute. Let's freeze that. Let's go back to that.
Now legislation actually document funding of up to $9.7 million.
All right. Now, y'all see, this is the very thing that I just read to y'all. And they're even lying, talking about it's going to dozens communities. I'm going to, again, make a point of putting that government site there, link there, so you can read it at your own leisure. So they be gassing folks up. Because we know the stigma of when they say crack pipes and associated with crack with black folks and stuff. Drugs don't discriminate whatsoever. So let's listen to the language again. Let me go back.
Per year,
I'm going to go back just a little bit.
$2 million.
For these kits, including safe smoking kits, fentanyl testing strips, safe syringe programs. There's laws in place that prevent us from not only having those, but distributing them as well.
Hogan says a number of providers in the community showed interest in applying for the grant as illegal drug use continues to be a problem in Luzerne County. Local gas stations say that they actually saw an uptick in people looking to buy crack pipes at the beginning of the pandemic, when unemployment money was increased. According to the grant document, funding of up to $9.7 million per year or $29.2 million over the next 3 years was available to dozens of communities.
Let me stop that.
Legislation
Let me stop that.
actually sits in the state house county. Local gas stations say that they actually saw an uptick in people looking to buy crack pipes at the beginning of the pandemic, when unemployment money was increased. According to the...
Y'all see that? 25 awards. Y'all see that? And when they talking about up to 400,000 per year, no, it is not up to 400,000 per year. Y'all see the other part of that, which I will make a point again and again. Let me click that on real quick. They said this proposed budget cannot exceed $400,000 in total costs. All right? So you really have to read the details. Even though you see it says up to $400,000 per year. That's what it says in that little category box. What I have here on this government website, that is a total lie.
Grant document funding of up to $9.7 million per year or $29.2 million over the next 3 years was available to dozens of communities. Now, legislation actually sits in the state house that could make programs like safe syringe programs legal. Now, this funding will be coming to different communities that will receive it in May. Candace?
Julie Dunphy reporting live for us in Wilkes-Barre. Thank you.
You hear the language? Wait a minute. Let me take this one down. You hear the language where she said other communities. This is leading to something, my royal family. This truly is leading to something that I will, like I said, give my opinion about what, all the hoopla over this. So let's get some more education that I didn't even know about. Okay. They say here, stem pipes. Depends on whether you're getting a kit for smoking meth. Interesting. Getting a kit for smoking meth or smoking crack. The contents will differ slightly. We include chore. I don't even know what a chore is. C-H-O-R-E. I know what chore means, but I don't know what a chore is when it comes to pipes and things like that. I'm not knowledgeable. And a stem for smoking crack. And a bubble pipe for smoking meth. Keep this smoking tool for yourself to prevent the risk of spreading bloodborne pathogens, or make sure to utilize the mouthpiece to avoid sharing. Spark plug rubber stem tip. A hot stem can burn and crack your lips, which can lead to bleeding. Attaching a rubber mouthpiece at the mouth of the pipe prevents burns and can act as a personal tip to avoid sharing. All right. Hepatitis, risk for sharing pipes. Studies have shown that people smoking drugs face the risk of contacting hepatitis C virus if they share pipes that they heat with other people. Since hepatitis C is transmitted through blood, people who heat and smoke drugs are at risk of transmission. Use the supplies in the kit to help maintain good oral hygiene, to avoid burns and sores in your mouth, to help prevent the spread of bloodborne pathogens. I didn't know nothing about this, my royal family. I was utterly shocked. Yes, I was. To learn these things. So they're talking about what's in an actual kit if you smoke meth or pipes. But the misinformation that the government is giving, that, oh no, we don't have no pipes in there. We just got some basic stuff in there for hygiene, alcohol swabs and whatnots and other materials. Well, let's go over here. I blew this up as much as I could. We'll get back to looking at this stuff here. Now, this is what would come in a box, and they would get 100 of them at one of those drug programs. And you can see here, crack pipe supplies now have increased urgency. Yes. As preventing pipe sharing. COVID-19. At the end of the day, I support, I should have said this. I support them giving out syringes, the syringe program. I support them even giving out these pipes and stuff. I do support it. And I don't like the stigma that they put on it, but I support it if it's going to prevent, at the end of the day, prevent. And this is something I learned here. How to fit the gauze in a crack pipe. I don't know nothing about this stuff. This is all educational to me and stuff. But y'all see here, as clear as day, that the government supplies this type of stuff. All right? But when you put a stigma on it, like this only applies to the black community, that pisses me off, and it would piss off others. Because again, drugs don't discriminate. At the end of the day, it don't discriminate. So why y'all asses is sitting up here lying? All right? And I'm going to prove it further. So let's go over here to this next picture here. Okay, this is out of the Daily Mail. And the article, I'm not going to read it all. This article came out yesterday. I got to remember to also pin this article so you can read this at your leisure. So here, now it's real deceitful how they do this. And I know that, because this is these folks, internet and all this bullshit. This picture that I'm showing y'all, you're not going to find it in the article, but it clearly says Daily Mail. So you see a paper bag here. You see, look like some filters or something, some rubber tips, a pipe, and look like something to shove something down into something. All right. I don't know nothing about this stuff. But it says here in this article, liberal drug group now criticize Biden administration for not giving out free crack pipes in safe smoking and harm reduction kits that include lip balm, alcohol swabs, fentanyl testing strips, and clean syringes, and have infuriated the Republicans. The Republicans is full of shit, as well as the Democratic Party. Let me get my drink on. Let's see here. Listen to this. The Drug Policy Alliances said the decision to remove pipes from safe smoking equipment is deeply disappointing. Again, the Drug Policy Alliance said the decision to remove pipes from safe smoking equipment is deeply disappointing. Harm reduction works to meet people where they are at and keep people free from diseases and alive so they have a chance for recovery and healing. The Biden administration may not be handing out free crack pipes, but a $30 million grant program will dole out materials for addicts to utilize when using drugs. Also funded are harm reduction vending machines, medication to reverse a drug overdose, medication lock boxes, infections, disease testing kits. Now, answer this question for me, my royal family. I gave y'all the breakdown that with these drug programs, they cannot exceed over 400,000. So they'll only get 400,000 a year or under 400,000 a year for 3 years. And they're only going to award 25 applicants. Can you imagine how many applicants throughout the United States that have applied for this? And 9 times out of 10, it's like in the world of construction when they're bidding on jobs. They already know who they're going to give it to at the end of the day. All right. What else do we have in here? Is it necessary to read this whole article? Well, basically, it's saying while the Republicans expressed dismay about a report plan to include crack pipes in the government-funded safe smoking kits, liberal drug policies and group criticized Health and Human Services for leaving out the pipes. The Drug Policy Alliances said the decision to remove pipes from safe smoking equipment is deeply disappointing. This is a missed opportunity to be preventative of more deaths due to overdose, the group wrote on Twitter, giving a clean drug use equipment such as pipe and syringe reduces transmission of diseases, including including Hep C and HIV. Harm reduction works to meet people. Okay, I just read that part up there on the top, blah, 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 blah. Let me see here. I don't want to overlap too much. Start getting redundant. Okay, it say here right here in the article. The grant lasts 3 years and include 25 awards for up to $400,000. Up to $400,000. And in the government site, it said it will not exceed. All right? It will not exceed. So I'll just leave that there, my royal family, with the Daily Mail. And let me go back here. Okay, let me go back here. Okay. Thank you, honey. So, let me move all of this. My husband trying to make me eat my dinner. I'll get to it. So, like I said, when I first heard this, I reacted like, damn, this is another slap in the face to black folks. And then I said, okay, now I have to, because since I'm a blogger, I'm going to have to allow the story to play itself out. I said, I'm going to give it some time. All right, so I gave it some time. I did a lot of research and stuff, and then I said, let me go to the government website. Check the website. All right. And the media keeps mass confusion. Look at how they keep folks confused about Rona, and they're going to continue to do that. One thing that I have learned being a blogger, my 7th year of this, is that you have to read the details, and you can't always believe what you read. You have to read in between the lines too as well. So why would the Republican Party start screaming and hollering? This is why they're screaming and hollering. They don't want no funding whatsoever on anything when it pertains to the black community, because their concern is that whatever issues that are going on in the black community, that we'll start making more demands and asking, which the black community always have. And we know Biden said that he not going to do shit for the black community. All right? He not going to do shit. Then let's not lose sight that Biden's son and his daughter, we don't see her around, they both dope fiends. He got a real fucked up ass family. But to get us gassed up over some bullshit like this, and when you read the true ingredients, and this $30 million ain't no money, and then it's a 3-year program, and only 25 applicants are going to get it, it's really bullshit. It's not going to impact anything. They're talking about infectious diseases and all that type of stuff. It's not enough. It's bullshit. It's just a little, like a teeny weeny slap on the wrist to look like they doing something, because it's not impacting the entire United States. I said that I support it. Yeah, I do support it, because I don't want to see people, even though I don't like seeing people use drugs and be in that situation, and I've seen it. I mean, it's in my family. It's in all communities. So, we all know somebody to know somebody, or there's people who are probably even on here that have drug use issues. Be safe about it to the best of your ability. I would pray that you would get off of it. I am a supporter of red light districts. I feel like there should be an area where people can go do their thing, and not this stuff spilling over in these communities where we got these babies and families and stuff like that. There's people that's out here that's struggling. That's the part that I don't like, where it starts spilling over into the communities and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm a big supporter of red light districts. And in those red light districts, it would be nice to have full-fledged programs there to encourage people to get off this stuff. I think it is disgusting to have places where they have set up, like here in the Bay Area, San Francisco was number one, shooting galleries, because when the enemy see they folks dropping like flies, then, we need to take a softer approach. I remember when it wasn't no crack, and how on the nightly news, how they would, go to the black communities and kick in the doors, and you would see the crack houses and all of that. We don't see that anymore, because trust and believe, these meth heads, and I'm talking specifically about the white community, we don't see that. They have that in their communities as I speak, but they take a gentle and softer approach. We don't want to lock them up and all these things. And that shit spills over in their communities too. And then they come to the black communities, because I see them around doing their dirt and their crime as well. Now, the reason why I also further support it, because we don't need diseases further spreading. Rona is out here, and Rona's about that life. All right. And I learned some things, because I wasn't very knowledgeable on, I didn't know that people's lips burn up and crack and bleed and all that type of stuff like that. And when they say it's not coming from taxpayers' money, they are lying. Everything comes from the taxpayers' money. At the end of the day, they're going to charge the taxpayers. All this is a bunch of propaganda and a bunch of lies. And Biden and Campbell and all of them people at D.C. should be a damn shame to themselves that the way they put this shit out here is to make the black community at the end of the day look like we ain't nothing but a bunch of druggies at the end of the day. All right? I read numerous articles in pertaining to this, found out numerous things that drugs in the black community has reduced greatly. I've been known that, unquote, black on black crime has reduced greatly. The last time I went to the hood, and it wasn't long ago, you could hear a damn pin drop. Literally. It was clean. I was over in West Oakland. Anybody that's from the Bay Area know what I'm talking about. I was like, wow, it's really quiet over here. I was saying to my husband, he said, yeah, I noticed that and stuff. But when I was showing not this one, when I was showing this to y'all and reading about coronavirus, yeah, these people, we may not support people using drugs, but we don't need diseases spreading at the end of the day. But I really, really truly think that the Republican Party is worried that more money is going to be put in the black community. What more money? Biden said he wasn't going to do shit. Campbell said she wasn't going to do shit. And they have been true to their word. Oh, yeah. They greasy and they grimy at the end of the day. Don't let these folks fool you with rhetoric and sleight of hand. So, my royal family, what I need you to do is to render your voice with your beautiful, divine words. And as always, my royal family, I thank you for your love. I thank you for your support. And with that said, Ashe.